This week on Check Please South Florida, a spot for the perfect slice in Fort Lauderdale.
I could still taste and smell the pepperoni right now.
An eclectic and charming cafe.
The banana butterscotch muffin. Everybody at the table was like, wow.
And a place for fresh seafood in Pompano Beach.
It tasted so fresh. I was going in between each dish.
Cultural culinary secrets and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world.
Additional funding for Check Please South Florida is provided by George and Helen Weaver and the Friends of South Florida PBS.
I was like, wait, if Tennessee was a drink, this is it.
Everything was meant to be a certain way, and it was beautiful.
It just tasted very light and milky and delicious.
Nice food, spice food, and the beignets were the best.
Honestly, like the best horchata I've ever had.
Hello, I'm Michelle Bernstein, and welcome to Check Please South Florida, the show where regular people from all over South Florida recommend and review their favorite restaurants. So this is how the show works. Every week, we have 3 guests. Each recommends his or her favorite spot, and then the other 2 go to check them out and see what they think. This week, AVP of Operations, Leah Singh, says that her pick is the perfect spot to enjoy delicious seafood and a great atmosphere. She says you'll be impressed with the fresh food and attentive staff at this Pompano Beach hotspot. Administrative Assistant Beverly Toe says that her pick is a fairy tale escape that will captivate you with its whimsical charm and delicious food. Located in an equally eclectic Fort Lauderdale neighborhood, she says you just won't get enough of this unique and charming gem. But first, graphic designer Ed Hogan, who declares that he'll eat just about anything, says that his pick is far from ordinary and will satisfy the pickiest palate. He says this spot is his family's go-to for great food and great times. It's located in Fort Lauderdale and it's called Patio Bar and Pizza.
Hi, I'm Brian Parento, owner and founder of Patio Bar and Pizza, located here in sunny Fort Lauderdale. I used to drive by this place several times a day, and I loved this old historic building, had a ton of character, and I really enjoyed the visual aspect of it. I liked that it was in a cool Flagler Village neighborhood. Our menu, it's like an artisan-style brick oven pizza. We do everything really elevated. We use a sourdough starter, unbrominated, unbleached, American milled flour, so we have a really, really good crust. We use all high-quality ingredients, Wisconsin cheese. We use organic tomatoes, the freshest ingredients, and we come up with really, really good pizza options that we cook in an authentic brick oven pizza. I want our customers to feel relaxed, comfortable, and excited to try our craft cocktails and our artisan-style pizza. Patio Bar and Pizza is an amazing bar that serves the best brick oven pizza in Florida.
So Ed, you tell us that the menu's really small but impactful. Tell us why you say that.
Well, it's mostly pizza. They have a few appetizers and a few salads and not even much in the dessert. But the star of the place for me is the pizza and the vibe.
Okay.
You walk into the place from the parking lot. It's a very old Fort Lauderdale building, and then you're met by this courtyard of bistro lights and trees and Adirondack chairs and fire pits. And
oh, how relaxing.
it is. And the vibe is great. And then the pizzas with the sourdough crust, just we keep going back.
So tell me about the pizza. I think you had a white pizza, am I correct?
We've had all of them at different times, but our favorite is the white one.
Okay,
and,
tell me about it.
It's got all the flavor, and the crust is perfectly, it's a sourdough crust, and it's crispy and undercarriage.
Thin, thick?
It's pretty thin.
You also had meatballs this last time you went.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
They were great. The sauce is great. Highly recommend. But we love the pizza.
You love the pizza? Yeah. Okay. What did you all think about the pizzas? Tell me about it.
I love the pizza, the pepperoni pizza. It was like a generous amount of pepperoni. I could still taste and smell the pepperoni right now.
Oh my goodness.
It was a thin crust pizza dough. The sourdough was perfect. Right in the center, you know, it sometimes gets doughy. It was perfectly evenly cooked.
Had you been there before?
No, first time, and I was impressed with the pizza.
Beverly?
I had an amazing pizza as well. The
Which
meatball
one?
and
Do you
ricotta.
remember which pizza you had?
Meatball and ricotta cheese.
Pizza?
Pizza.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay. It didn't weigh it down at all.
No, it was perfect. And the crust is very thin. So it worked out really well with the flavors all together. And we shared 3 pies actually. We had the sopressata and peppers, which is really good. It's charred. The sopressata is charred on top, so it's extra good. And then we also had the veggie, which was also very nice. The most thing I liked was the crust.
Yeah.
What did you think about the ambiance there?
I really liked the ambiance. I was with 2 friends, and it's a nice place to have a drink. It was happy hour, so we actually had we saved a lot of money because it was $10 off of the pie, and it was a few dollars off of each drink, so that was nice. And
How big are the pies, by the way?
like 14 inches.
Okay, a little bigger than individual.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell me about dessert.
Dessert, we had the mini cannolis and the tiramisu, and both were perfect. The ricotta cheese and the sugar was like a perfect balance with that little crunchy cookie kind
Did it
of
feel
cover.
homemade?
Yes, it did. It did. And the tiramisu was also equally good. Creamy,
And you had
chocolatey.
tiramisu, Ed, right?
We did.
And what did you think about that?
Yeah, it was perfect. It was great. You know, it was flavorful and cold and
Is it drunk?
delicious.
You know, some tiramisus are very boozy. Was it very boozy?
No, not at all.
You found it boozy. You didn't
thought-
find it
really?
boozy?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
didn't
had a
know.
boozy corner. I think my corner was a little boozy. It was good. It was very good.
You're funny. Ed, patio bar and pizza was your choice. Sum it up for us, please.
Pizza and vibe. Really, the Adirondack chairs we sit, it's relaxing, and just love it.
Perfect. How about you, Beverly?
Delicious pizza, very warm staff, and great patio.
Liam?
If you're craving a nice pepperoni pizza, patio pizza is your place to go.
Beautiful. Well, you can have a good time and enjoy a delicious brick oven pie at Patio Bar and Pizza located at 901 Progresso Drive in Fort Lauderdale. They're open Tuesday to Sunday for dinner. Reservations are accepted where the average price for dinner without drinks is about $45. I don't know about you, but I love salad, all kinds of salad, and I love to put proteins in salads and cheeses. Cheese is kind of a problem for me because I like it so much. So I wanted to teach you all a Mediterranean salad. At least that's what I'm calling it. You can call it as you want. It's kind of like a chopped salad. Let's just jump right in and make the vinaigrette. We're going to start with a little bit of dried oregano, some powdered or ground garlic. Same thing, but onion. Throw in a little bit of red wine vinegar. Nothing fancy. Let's add a tiny bit of water to soften this because I'm gonna add another acid, which is lemon juice, and I don't want it to be too strong. So I always soften my vinaigrettes with just a little bit of water. It really is my friend when making vinaigrettes. The lemon juice, I always do fresh squeezed because we are making a beautiful salad and everything just has to be so fresh. And then finally, some oil. Now, I don't recommend you using any very fancy oils for this. A good vegetable oil, I love having sunflower oil around, avocado oil, grapeseed oil. You can do olive, but I wouldn't recommend an extra virgin olive oil at all for this vinaigrette. You want something nice and soft and delicate. Make sure you remember the salt. It's really important to add salt to your vinaigrette. And then I love a little bit of black pepper. Nice and fresh ground, just have some toasted black pepper in a grinder. And there you have it. So there's our vinaigrette, and we're gonna build the salad in this bowl, like I said. So for the greens, the crunchy stuff, we have some arugula and some radicchio. Radicchio is a beautiful bitter. All right, for the fun stuff, I've got some diced provolone. I have some little grape tomatoes. I've got my favorite olive. This is called a Castelvetrano olive. It's nice and briny without too much flavor. cucumbers diced up. I kept the peel on because why not? This is a fun mixed Mediterranean salad. Keep it rustic. I've got some of my favorite salami, and you can cut that up in any style or shape that you like. And then finally, shavings of Parmesan. Let's go ahead and mix our salad. And what I love is that you have all kinds of textures and flavors, levels of saltiness, a little touch of bitterness with this radicchio. And of course, you know, the cheeses make it kind of rich. And let's serve this beautiful Mediterranean salad. And there we have it, a gorgeous Mediterranean salad for you and the family. Now, Administrative Assistant Beverly Toe is ready to introduce you to her charming and unique pick. It's located in Fort Lauderdale and it's called Magnolia Cafe.
Hello, my name is Monika Harmulowicz. I'm co-owner of Magnolia Cafe located in Fort Lauderdale. I was born in Poland and I immigrated to United States right after college, and I've been living in New Jersey, and then we moved from New Jersey to Florida. For about 20 years, we always had this dream about owning a little breakfast spot in Florida. Florida for the reason that everybody loves the weather, and we just love, especially me, I love to cook. So that was always in mind. Eric is my business partner. He is really the idea behind this location and the art force. Previously, we had a vintage shop in Wilton Manors. So most of the stuff, it's based on that. We love vintage, we love Americana, art, eclectic, funky, little kitschy. But at the same time, we want to create the ambiance that people, when they come here, they feel like home. The menu that I want to create, it's a small menu because my kitchen is very small, but at the same time, we make everything from scratch. We don't outsource anything. I would like my customers, when they are done dining here, I would like them to feel full, but still have a little room for dessert. Magnolia Cafe, it's fresh, healthy food with a dash of art and vintage.
So it's kind of a house that was turned into a restaurant.
I believe so. There's lots of little intricate rooms that you can dine in, and there's a courtyard outside. And
it sounds romantic. A little bit, no?
It's very eclectic place because on the walls there's lots of antiques and knickknacks, so you could never go bored there. It's very sensory oriented.
And is every room a little bit different?
Yeah, there's a larger room and then a smaller room, and I could see people wanting to go on their laptop and get some work done and have a coffee or a cappuccino.
Okay. Well, tell me what you had this last time.
I had a few things. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, and then I had a dessert, a carrot cake, which was out of this world, and I also had something to go. I took some lox home, and it was intended for the next day, and it stayed fresh overnight, and it was wonderful the next day, and I had a hot chocolate as well.
Ed, tell me a bit about what you thought about the ambience when you arrived.
There's a memory for everybody. You could say, hey, I played that board game when I was 7. Oh, I was that place in that country. They have, it's like, you feel a little bit like a Key West vibe, but then mixed in with garage sales from all over the world. You know, it's like, right? It's got like just all sorts of unique, something in every corner is different and unique. Yeah.
How about you, Leah, when you walked in?
I was impressed with it. It's really adorable. It's like bric-a-brac meets antiques, meets all those old kitchen utensils we used to use back in the day. It's like visiting a relative who's taken really good care of their collections.
Stuff.
Yeah. The food was amazing. I had the Magnolia waffle. So it's like half savory, half sweet.
Right.
It was the best of both worlds.
Was it?
One
Tell
side
me a little
was
bit about
the
it.
berries and the banana and a drizzle of chocolate sauce and whipped cream, and the other side was like 2 perfectly prepared fried eggs with like a massive dollop of very seasoned, like smashed avocado.
This is all in one waffle?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it was perfect.
Okay.
I ate it all. I
Did you
nailed
really?
it. Yes.
And
I
good
did.
for you.
I went twice and I ordered the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
She liked it.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
Guys, I
it's
think
good
she really
stuff.
liked
Yeah, it was
it.
good. It's totally good.
What'd you have in?
We had a few different things. We went with a group so we could try a bunch of things. The star, the one that kind of knocked everybody's socks off, was the banana butterscotch muffin. Everybody at the table was like, wow. We had avocado toast, which I think had probably the same
Yes.
avocado mash with an egg, and that was excellent. A turkey panini, ample, delicious.
What'd y'all have? Coffees?
It's a self-serve coffee place.
Okay.
They also have smoothies. That was really good. We had a berry smoothie. It was very good.
They also make their own desserts, I know, in-house. Did you all have dessert?
I had the carrot cake.
Right.
Very good. Big piece with the cream cheese frosting, and it was big enough to share.
Nice.
I actually brought half of it home.
Right.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about the service.
The service was attentive and really good. I mean, it's a really interesting concept. You walk in, the menu is like on this big board by the front door. And once you order, you get in and you sit at your table, and within 10 minutes or so, we got our food. It was
pretty quick.
Perfect, yeah.
How are prices?
They were good.
Yeah?
Very affordable.
Very reasonable.
Yeah?
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
Beverly, Magnolia Cafe was your pick. Sum it up for us, please.
If you like good, fresh food and affordable prices, definitely you would want to check it out.
Ed?
We'll go back again for sure. Anytime. It was fresh. It was a counter service, but it was still very attentive. It was excellent.
Leah?
A Sunday brunch destination, definitely. It's a perfect landing point on a Sunday morning.
And I know what I'm going to have when I go. Your eyes will be wooed and your taste buds will be satisfied at Magnolia Cafe, located at 1218 Northeast 4th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. They're open Tuesday to Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Reservations are not accepted, where the average price of food without drinks is about $35. And finally, AVP of Operations Leah Singh is ready to share the fresh catch of the day at her favorite seafood spot. It's located in Pompano Beach, and it's called Flamingo Seafood.
Hi, my name's Will Parker. I'm the owner of Flamingo Seafood here in Pompano Beach, Florida. The idea for Flamingo Seafood came about purely out of necessity. There were no real good raw bars and not a real decent place to get good shellfish. Oysters are something that we highlight here in Pompano Beach, here at Flamingo Seafood. I don't think anybody does a better job than we do. We also have full service raw bar that includes in season stone crabs, raw fish. As far as location goes, I don't think you can find a better one in Broward County. Anybody going east on Atlantic Boulevard, just before the bridge, you'll see us. Yeah, it was an old gas station. We converted it, brought it up to code, and we're very proud of what we've done here. So what sets our menu apart is we have a lot of unique items, things that you may not think of, like gorgonzola cheesecake, which is absolutely out of this world. And you know, most people think about that and they think of a cheesecake as a dessert. It's more of a savory appetizer. There's just a lot of fusion of flavors, but we allow the fresh fish to speak for itself. Flamingo Seafood is the quintessential South Florida raw bar where you can get fresh oysters, have a cold beer or cocktail, and relax after a long day at the beach, a long day at work, or just come and hang out.
So this is your favorite local spot. Tell us about it. What I really want to hear is about when you first walk in and the design and the funky vibe.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a location of a former gas station, which is such a weird place for a restaurant. Huge lighting, concrete floors, floor to ceiling, probably at least 15 feet. Very, very open air. You could tell it's a garage. It was a former garage. You could, if you look at the ceiling, you'll see.
But I kind of love that.
Yes, it's quite. It's a nice repurposing of a space.
Some of the best restaurants in the country are actually repurposed garages. Believe
Perfect.
it or not.
Yeah. One side is the restaurant, and the other is during the week and within certain operating hours. It's a seafood market. So they're selling their fresh seafood on a daily basis to the locals.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and if you're up for seafoods, shellfish, fresh fish, the like, it's a great place for anything you're craving.
Ed, you sat at the bar. Tell me, from your viewpoint, what did you think about the place?
Oh, I liked it. It's a kind of like a modern contemporary industrial. Like they definitely did a lot with the space. Everything looks like a 1970s gas station, but inside is they redid it in a really nice way. We did notice that they don't have a full kitchen. It's a small kitchen, but the limited menu allows everything to be prepared perfectly. But the one word I would have is fresh.
I agree with Ed. And Leah, very fresh fish, extremely fresh. Like it tastes like it just was swimming a minute ago.
Yeah.
And what did you think of the design and the repurposing?
It was just simple. It was nothing fancy. It was very casual eatery. We sat near the window, and when you look out, you could see where the gas pumps used to be.
All right. Well, Leah, let's start digging into the food a little bit. Let's talk about what you had.
For starters, we had the gorgonzola cheesecake with an assortment of crackers and a nice dollop of
Is
like
it
a
actually
ginger.
a cheesecake?
It was a cheesecake.
savory
It's
cheesecake?
yeah, it's a slice of a larger cheesecake with like nuts on top. It was really good.
That sounds good. And you had oysters too,
We
right?
had oysters, roasted oysters with panko breadcrumbs and a little bit of butter.
Were they
and-
local oysters, do you know?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so. They were really delicious.
They have a whole
I could be
oyster
wrong.
menu.
I could be wrong. But yeah, we had 2 orders of that actually. And
Tell
then
me
for
about the tuna poke nachos. That
yes.
sounds really interesting.
Yes, I mean nachos are kind of like bad, guilty pleasures.
Bad
And-
but good.
Yeah, ahi tuna, chunks of fresh plump pieces of tuna. Wakame, yeah.
Seaweed salad for
Seaweed
those that
salad,
don't know,
exactly,
yeah.
with the sesame seeds. And it had like that really nice spicy mango salsa on top on some crunchy multigrain kind of tortilla chips.
Okay.
It was yummy.
That sounds good.
Spicy, sweet.
Interesting, yeah.
It hit all the senses. Yeah.
Yeah. I love creamy and crunchy at the same time.
It was, and I had leftovers for the next day. So
Did
it was
you?
perfect,
And they
yeah.
worked out?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Tell me about your seafood sampler a little bit.
Oh, it was great. It was ceviche. I think they call it Tahitian ceviche.
Okay.
Their fish dip.
Do you know what makes it Tahitian?
I don't.
Okay.
Citrusy. I don't know what kind of.
Okay. Fish dip?
Fish dip.
Smoked fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
And salmon tartare. The highlight of, they were all great. They're all really fresh, but the fish dip was unlike your normal restaurant fish dip. Oh, it was
It's
just
one of my favorite things to make.
fresh and
Delicious.
like chunky. And they serve it with not just like saltines, but an assortment of taro chips and crackers. Like
All
not
kinds of
your
stuff.
tip. And
Good.
that was really great.
How were the nachos? You had the same
Oh my
nachos,
God, I
didn't
love
you?
the nachos. Every bite, you know how nachos, everything's piled on top. Everything was everywhere. They were
It's
They were
messy, yummy.
really, it was absolutely messy yummy.
All right, you tell me, Beverly, about your salmon with maple sauce, please.
Yes, so good. It was a piece of salmon, and it was in a honey soy miso glaze. And it was very simple, but I wonder if it was marinated because it was so flavorful. And I really enjoyed that. And then I also had another entree, and because I wanted something sweet and something savory. So
Okay.
the savory, it was a lightly blackened snapper, and it tasted so fresh. I was going in between each dish.
And the two of you had dessert. Tell me about
Oh
your
my
dessert,
God,
Leah.
Yes, I had the rum cake to die for. There was rum in there. It
a
was
lot of
drizzling
rum.
on the side in the sauce. Yeah, it was good.
Wow,
We
great.
took some home as well,
That sounds good.
and it
How
was
about-
We
how
just
about-
went traditional key lime pie,
Of
and
course.
that's
it was
So
excellent.
perfect?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was excellent.
Okay. Any drinks?
yes.
I did.
Yeah, what'd you have?
Cosmo.
Oh,
It
nice.
was very good.
Okay. You?
I had the strawberry martini. I think I had 2. Yeah,
I didn't know
it
you
was
could
good.
make a strawberry martini.
It was
That's
really
awesome.
good.
Okay.
Stephanie made it. I think it was Stephanie.
Yeah,
who
we
was
had
made-
Stephanie.
Yeah, she
Yep.
was terrific.
Yep.
how
And I just
about
had
you?
wine. It was great.
Okay. Now, Beverly, you found the place to be a little bit pricey.
Normally, I don't mind going, spending on fresh fish. I'll spend a good amount of money. But if there's a side dish, that I would prefer if there's either a potato or a vegetable with it. But this was just a piece of fish on a plate, so you kind of have to buy sides on your, I mean, they're not expensive, the
Right.
sides, but I would have preferred to have it on a bed of rice or a bed of angel hair or something. So for that reason, I felt that the prices were a bit high.
We had the same thought on our fish. It was a little high, and it didn't come with anything. But, and we were talking about this, like, it was worth it because it was just so good that it didn't need anything else.
Leah, Flamingo Seafood was your pick. Sum it up for me, please.
If you're craving seafood, Flamingo Seafood is a great destination. It's local and it's terrific food.
Ed?
Slightly pricey, but it was really good. So I think it was worth the price. The vibe is cool. What they did with the old building is cool. I enjoyed it.
Beverly, go ahead and sum it up.
If you love fish, I would definitely recommend it. It's very tasty and very fresh.
You can enjoy fresh and delicious seafood at this uniquely reinvented spot. Flamingo Seafood is located at 2798 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. They're open daily for lunch and dinner. Reservations are accepted, where the average price for dinner without drinks is about $60. We've had a wonderful time. I want to thank my guests, Ed Hogan, Leah Singh, and Beverly Toe. For more about the restaurants and recipes featured in the show, or if you'd like to apply to be a guest reviewer, visit us at checkpleasefl.com. And as always, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Join us next time for 3 new guests recommending 3 of their favorite restaurants right here on Check Please South Florida. I'm Michelle Bernstein, and I will see you then. Salut, everybody.
Salut. Cheers.
Cultural culinary secrets and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world.